I was so not ready for that to end then. I was busy reading chat and I didn't notice anything. Let me oh, I'll hide the message. Well done, Lou. Well done for getting that like quicker than anybody else in the history of this game. As soon as that appeared, I think you got it. Is that better, Lou? Is that better? I don't know. Is that like because everything was facing the same way. It was all going out the workshop that way. So I've turned the Orca around. Hopefully that's better. I have noticed actually on my Orca, it's bound to happen sooner or later. I've got a little bit of damage. Nothing I can't fix, but there's a bit of damage. And what it is I had a little weather vane, little tiny weather vane just on top of the light there, which has collapsed. So I need to make that again. But other than that, it's survived. It's still surviving. So we're all good. How the devil is everyone? In particular, has Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
How can it be wet and snowy, Robert? Unless you've been out in it. I bet it's very beautiful, though. Beautiful. See, I have to say beautiful now with the T. Because I've been told I sound too much like an Essex guy. I say beautiful. It's beautiful, it is. Oh, it's all cool. Oh my God. Ian? Holy crap. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. Oh my God. That's a nice way to start the stream. I'm going to give you a cheers for that. Look at that. You got your name up on the recent super chat as well. I don't think that's going to be gone for a long time. Your name's going to be up there for all time. How the devil is everyone? First off, I'm going to thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. I'll tell you about the car. I took the car in today because it was going to have its new exhaust, and I don't know what it is. I've got a Nissan Note. Okay, Nissan Note, and it's a 2008 reg plate. It seems like the exhaust is one of the most rarest things of all time, so they can't get hold of one. So they've managed to order one in, which should be here tomorrow. So hopefully the car will be fixed tomorrow, which means that I had to ponce a lift from my mother today to get home, and then poor old Mrs. Wayne's going to be was going to take a taxi to work, but I think she's got a lift to work now. So, but it does mean that the 1 second, Alexa, turn off the heater. Okay. Unless you want to see a sauna stream. It's too hot, and all your Echo Dots now are going off. But yeah, so I did say to them, can you remove the box, because I took it with me and put it in the boot and just discard of that. And I also said to them that I've had a problem, and I don't know if Helder's in here tonight, that when I was in Scotland, the middle exhaust heat shield that goes above the exhaust was rattling, and it's made up of plates. Unfortunately, the thing that holds it in, like the thread, had completely stripped. So it was basically just a rod of metal. So there was no way you could put a screw in it. I says, can you bodge something to keep that into place? And apparently the guy says, well, to be honest with you, if it's rattling and it's that part of the exhaust, we just take it off. We don't bother putting the heat shield on there. So I was like, okay. So I guess I'm not going to have about that much worth of heat shield under my exhaust. Hopefully my car's not going to set fire, but we'll have to see. I've been preparing tonight. Oh, hello, Marvel PHX. I did. Marvel PHX, what I did was I actually looked at the Super Snake. I went back to the Super Snake and looked at the instructions for that, because I believe that's exactly the same, and I corrected it. So, yes, thank you for that. I did get your message, but I was in bed when you text me, so... Oh, the time difference, hey? We're gonna have a stream tonight which takes us away from the everyday events of current affairs. So we're not going to be discussing any current affairs tonight, but we are going to be discussing current affairs in the world of modelling. So you will be pleased to know that I received something today, and I'm absolutely shocked. Now, I haven't started my enterprise build. You know, I said I was gonna. I've been doing this. I've been doing the resin. These are all test pieces. You see, all tests. None of these are part of my model. This is just test pieces. I mean, that looks just so good. Look at it. look. That's just my test pieces. So I refuse to start it until I get my issue 15, which is like, whoops. This is what beer does. Kids, don't drink beer. Until I get my issue 15. So I can't start it because I think that they're just neglecting me. I don't think I'm meant to get it. So today, issue 15 arrived. So I'm so happy, and the stand came as well, and you know what, the stand is exactly the same as my X-Wing stand. It's the exact same stand, except rather than have a round thing on top, it's got a square thing on top. So it's exactly the same stand. So I have got issue 15, so now I am in a position to probably strip the Enterprise back and continue on. I'm going to think about that because I also got issue 16 as well. Like buses, this delivery, you know, you one comes along, you don't get one for 5 months, and then another 3 come along at once. So it's all cool. Robert, it wasn't the Super Snake, was it? I think it was the Cobra I was waiting for a license plate. I've heard March. I could be wrong, because I think we're getting a hardback book from it as well. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. Underfloor, that's exactly what it is, Fee. Underfloor heating. It's going to cost me £130. Ian, you've just paid for my car exhaust. So I can't sound like a boy racer anymore, because that's exactly what the car sounds like at the moment. You don't really see exhaust systems rust out too much lately. They're aluminium or stainless. The problem is anything rusts in the UK. It's our mix of like weather. So, you know, even things that aren't meant to rust. Trust me, it's crazy. The storm has passed, Matt. We had 3 days of storm, but now we've got another storm coming in, but it's just affecting people like Robert Beveridge there up in Scotland, which is going to be a snowstorm over the next few days. I'm looking forward to spring. As I said, everything's starting to sprout now. I like spring, and then I can get me garden rolled flat, and I'll have a nice little bowling green out there. So that's going to be fun. Once my upper saucer is completed, I think I'm going to do the same and rip out all the light and wine and resin up the new lighting strip. That's what I'm definitely going to do, Marvel. I did have the idea. I said to my patrons, I'm just going to hide your message, Todd, of putting long shelves at the back here. 2 long shelves so I can create more lights at the back. And Alex McDonald came round yesterday, and I realised I can't do that because the ET spaceship and the Orca's far too big, so I can't have shelves behind there. So I'm having to rethink that, but I want more of these lights here, but I don't quite know what I'm going to do yet. Now you can get lights which chase now, and they also have they're called RGB IC because they're individually controlled by an IC chip, which it's like a slow C sort of scape of the background, depending on what colour you have, which I think will be good, but I'm trying to think how I can incorporate that. So, because I am going to be having a move around in here. Hello, Craig, how's it going? Are you all good? Will you be doing the 1968 Mustang? I don't know, Larry, because I've done a few Mustangs at the moment, but we'll have to see. But I thought we will have some fun tonight, because I've been going back to 2015. And luckily enough, I found something I stored, which had a lot of history of trials, which were coming out all the way back from 2015. And some of them made it, and some of them didn't. And what got me thinking about that was obviously what we were talking about in yesterday's stream when we were talking about the Transformers trial. So I've got that here now, and thank you to Kevin the Nexus for this. But this is the Transformers trial, which is currently going on in France at the moment, which looks like that's the Optimus Prime. And I think that looks excellent. And on Kevin's site, I'll put a link here. That's what the first pack looks like, made up with the light in there. That looks excellent. And there's something to be said, I'm telling you, for these 1-2 figures. Building a floating shelf. I did have a floating shelf at one time, Matt. But they don't hold the weight very well for 1/8 scale cars. So that was the... it was raining in Winchester today. Oh my God. Look, I'm like a squirrel, isn't I? Isn't I? Aren't I? Anyway, so that was the Transformers. Now, another one that you probably didn't know about was the Batman. And this is the Batman trial. Again, France gets all the good stuff. Another build by Hachette. Hachette are the king of trials. And that looks like that. And I did mention this one yesterday. I do like the look of that. And that's what it looks like from the back. I think that looks amazing, actually. I love these 1/2 scale figures, I have to say. I think there's a big market for it. And then I thought, well, I was mentioning some other trials which never saw the light of day. Sorry about that, OP. Just don't care for the Bay redesign. OP. OP. What does OP mean, Lou? I'm all confused. I'm going to continue because I don't know what everyone's talking about. Oh, are we talking about Transformers? Is that what we're talking about? Okay. Yeah, the accident counter went down. Oh, Optimus Prime. Okay, I thought it meant original poster. Yeah, I think the original Optimus Prime's wicked. It should have been the original, modelled on the original, definitely, Lou. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I injured myself, Jay. I injured myself doing the Ecto 1, so that's gone back to 2 again. I've still got the scar to prove it, you see. Okay, so the next one is something that I mentioned. Now, this was on trial in 2018, and I cannot believe no model companies picked it up. So, Hachette, Agora Models, Eagle Moss, D'Agostini, Altea, Panini Collections. I'm telling you, you need to bring this out because there'll be a market for it, and that is the Lotus Esprit. Why this was never bought out, I don't know. This would have been an excellent build. Now, this was marketed by Eagle Moss. Now, obviously, Eagle Moss went ahead with the DB5, and I'd be shocked that someone would never pick this up. But as you can see, you've got the old submarine wheels there. It just looks brilliant. And this is something that I wanted all the way from day one, but never got a chance to have it. But I don't think it's ever going to get released. Now, that picture was from, like, God, 2018? Something like that. So it didn't get released. 1920, 4 years. And no one picked it up. But I don't know what happened with that one. The next one you've all been asking me about. We had a big discussion about this on the trials. And that was the Imperial Star Destroyer. Which, I don't know. It'll be like the Millennium Falcon. I can just see a lot of symmetry on there. I think it'd be a good build. But, I mean, how big would that be? I don't think this tells us. That's all I've got of the Imperial Destroyer. 91.3 centimetres. There we go. So just shy of a metre long. 56.4 centimetres wide. And 36 centimetres high. I mean, you know, if it came out, I'd do it. That'd be excellent. Part work trains. You know what, Todd? We're going to talk about that in a second because I've got some part works lined up, which I haven't got pictures for. But these were what were in a release schedule at one time and a trial at one time as well. We'll go into that in a second. Okay, so the next one was the AT-AT. Now, this was the whole case of the X-Wing again. You're going to have 4 legs to build. We had some discussions on this one as well. Again, 56.4 centimetres long, 15.9 centimetres wide, and 48 centimetres high. I mean, again, I'd do it, but I do think it would be a lot like the X-Wing. And that's what that one's looking like. Again, why don't we get all these beautiful toys in this country? Now, this one I didn't know about. Now, I don't know if this ever got a release. It might have got a release. I don't know. But did you know there was an F40 Tomcat part work? There it is. I would definitely do that. It looks absolutely amazing. And look who's done it again. It's Hachette. I don't know if this ever went out in our countries. If it did, I missed the boat on this. But I'd love to do the Tomcat. None of these are in the UK, Matt Constant. These are just trials that have been around the world in the last few years. So, and that's what it looks like from behind. I think that looks brilliant. But I don't know. Someone might be able to correct me if that ever got a release, because I certainly missed the boat on that one. But that's that one. Which then is a good... you want the F14. It's a good segue into what the hell's going on Agora Models website at the moment. Has anyone seen it? What's that all about? So we've got a car coming out in April, and then in late 2022, that looks like a 1/2 scale figure to me. I haven't got a clue what it is. I'll tell you that now. Haven't got a clue. But it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm really, really interested. And really, honestly, I do not have a clue whatsoever what that is, but I think that's going to be a big thing for Agora Models this year. So it's a watch this place. So it could be a Skyline. I don't know. I don't know. But there we go. So that's some of the trials here. Now, these are some of the trials that I haven't got pictures for, but they were suggested to come out. Now, some of these did eventually have a trial. For example, did you know in 2016 there was a Vulcan bomber trial? I would build the Vulcan, definitely. The Avro Vulcan, known as the Vulcan bomber, was used by the Royal Air Force between 1956 and 1984. That was a trial. The Lancaster bomber, I've seen that trial. That was on their list. The Orient Express, I've seen that on their list. The RMS Titanic, that eventually got a release. Can you believe that? The London Underground Q38 stock. So we can build a stock tube train. What do you reckon? All of these were suggested of things that people might like. The Austin FX4, which is basically the London Black Cab. I think that would be, I reckon that would get a good following. I would have thought that Black Cab would have had a lot better following than the Eddie Stobart. I could be wrong. The Sea Harrier, FRS-1, the British Aerospace Sea Harrier is a naval short takeoff and vertical landing and takeoff jet fighter. It was used by the Royal Navy in April 1980 under the FRS-1 name. That was one of the trials. Concorde. The Concorde first tested in 1969 and went on to fly for 27 years. That was a trial. Which again, some of these trials were created but never actually went into the trial phase of giving it out to the public. And I know all about these because this is like a what do they call it? It's not like freedom of information, but this is it's old news from old stuff. It's all old. All this information is pre like 2018. Stephenson's rocket. You would have seen that on your banknotes. Don't know about that one. The International Space Station. How would you mount that? First component launched in 1998 and has been occupied since November 2000. The Apollo 11 Saturn V as a part work. With the interest in the Revell kit for that, I wouldn't be surprised there. The Evening Star. We're talking about this, Todd. British Rail Standard Class 9F number 9220 Evening Star is a preserved British steam locomotive completed in 1960. It was the last steam locomotive to be built by British Railways. So that's the Evening Star. Never came up. The Panther tank. I think that came out. I think that's come out in Germany, hasn't it? Steve McQueen's Triumph TR6. Produced by Triumph in Meriden from 1956 to 1973. The Triumph TR6 trophy was made most famous by Steve McQueen, who rode it in the International 6 Days Enduro in 1964, as well as appearing in The Great Escape. And then the last one, which did get a release, but not in this country, unfortunately, was the Starsky and Hutch car, the Gran Torino. So there you go. I thought I'd do a little bit of research before my stream tonight and add a little bit of professional stuff to the stream. But look, you see a lot of people there. You had part one of the Vulcan. It was wood, was it, Steve? I know nothing about it, but it was about 2018 that came out. I would love a Vulcan. After seeing the one in Duxford. Ooh, that was good. That was really good. Who's sending me messages? I don't know. Oh, right, okay. Hello, Michael. You're from Jarrow. Isn't Jarrow the place that we have to send all our stuff to if it's been delivered wrong? That's up north, near Newcastle way, isn't it? I'd like to thank you for your videos. They've helped me through some very dark times. Oh, thank you, Michael. Believe me, if they've helped you, they've helped me as well. Because you're not the only one who's... The last 2 years has been tough. Come on, admit it. Everyone's... it's all very well staying in and doing models, but when you're told to stay in, the dynamics change, if you like. So I think it has affected us a lot. And I do feel rather strange going out sometimes now as well. Anyone on a score for Arsenal versus Wolves? I've got no idea, Jim. Alexa, what's the Arsenal Wolves score?
Today in the English Premier League, Wolverhampton Wanderers lead Arsenal 1-0 in the 32nd minute.
Did you hear that? Wolves are winning 1-0 in the 32nd minute. You should take your Echo Dot on holiday, Jim. That's what you need to do. Did you see there was a trial of the Caterham Super 7, the prisoner's car, years ago? No, I didn't. Is it Caterham? I think it's Caterham, isn't it, Alex? I haven't seen that, no. When we start the bike build, Joseph, it's been put back this week because my real car broke down, so I've basically missed a video today. But I have, I will start that next week. I have done Routemaster Box 4. It's completed, and the video is going to be on the channel tomorrow. I really enjoyed it because we're building the cab, and we've got the brake lights, and we've got some of the lights going in, and some of the switches. Oh, what a build. What I did notice, which you'll probably notice today, is I'm a little bit darker on the camera. For some reason, my settings like to change themselves without telling me. So I'm really overexposed in the video that you'll see tomorrow, and I couldn't figure out why. So I've taken off every bit of automation on this PC now, so I can manage everything. So if I want to make myself blurry, I can. If I want to change around with the settings here, I mean, look, see, I can zoom myself up now. I can do everything now. I can blur myself. You know, if anyone's been drinking like me, that's what it looks like at the end of the stream. But it was a case of having to. I don't know why my light sources keep changing when I don't change any of the lights. It's weird. Problems of a YouTuber, huh? You've got the Saturn V rocket. Well, who did I see with the big Saturn V? Lou, have you done the Saturn V? The ginormous one. Because I was ready to buy one in Edinburgh. I think I mentioned that on stream when I come back from Scotland, but I didn't realise how big the box was. I wasn't about to lug that up to Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh, if you didn't know, is like built on a hill. No more cars. Airwolf or Rock. Oh, you know what? I agree with you, Revo Dave. But then when I've started getting the cars, then I've got the bug now. So I want more. I want more of the garage. But you're right. I'd like to mix it up a bit with some more planes, and as Todd said, Marvel PHX, more trains as well. We need an 80s or 90s hot hatch build. Like what, Carl? Can you think of anything offhand? That's a good question, Kevin. If you're in here, I'd like to ask him that as well, Michael. You get RoboCop and you're getting the aliens delivered from France. Now, I guess you go through some sort of intermediary in France which do that for you. How much on top of the purchase price do you have to pay for that service? Because it seems to me the order for part work seems to sort of start in France or Italy and then make their way worldwide. Who knows? F40, I would do issue 99 now. A lot of hassle. I'm only up to issue 80 at the moment, Carl. And I've still got 12 stages to do. I've got 12 stages here and I haven't done them yet. I'm actually a little bit scared by it. I'll turn into an alky. You know what? I don't drink, Jason. This is my only drink that I have on a Thursday night and perhaps Tuesday night. And I went, actually, yeah, you're probably right. I'm trying to pace myself because I need to. I said I'm going to America in May and to Wonderfest. I don't want to come over as a lightweight. Someone buys me a beer and I'm drunk, and that's not a good look. So I need to sort of like pace myself. It's training. I'm in training. That's what it is. I'm in training. A Tim Burton Batmobile. You know what? The more I thought about that, Robert, because that's the one that I would love to build out of all of them. But there's not much detail in it, unless you can have it so that, you know, you've got the car, but then you've got some little slides where you can actually slide armor on it or put an armor case on it. I'll be so up for something like that. I like things that do things. Not so much the lighting up and the pressing the pedal and the engine sounds, but like gadgets. Like gadgets that do things. Again, the Vulcan, 40 years since the Black Buck missions to bomb Port Stanley Airport. Oh my God, 40 years. God, you're right. 81, wasn't it? Around that time, 80, 81. Where's the time gone? Gamer God, your videos have been inspirational to me as well. I'm getting more hardcore into models and modeling than I thought I would when I started my first part works. I think this is a journey we're all making together because, I mean, when I first started that Millennium Falcon, you told me I was going to build like this and this, I wouldn't have believed you. Not in a million years. And we've got some new things that we're going to be building soon. So you're going to have to watch this space. It's got to the point where I'm building a timetable for the year now, so I know what I'm building when. So I've actually got some time because there's other things that are coming to the community soon as well, which I can't talk about at the moment. But that I need to make sure that we've slotted in. So all exciting. 2022 is going to be a good year for the model building community. Probably not for the general world, but you know, find joy in what you love. What about the X-Men Blackbird jet? It could be, but I've got two SR-71s to build down here at the moment, Gamer God. And Troy, who was on yesterday, was showing me the actual one that powers with proper working jets. Oh, I can't pay £6,000, but oh. You watched the Wraith on Plex? I haven't seen that film in years. Is that a good quality? Because, you know, I watch some of these 80s films now which haven't been restored or anything, and I do wonder, how did I ever watch this? Have I been spoilt so much that I didn't notice that it was bad quality back in the day? Or is it the fact of the conversion between a tube TV and a digital TV which has made it even worse? I don't know. I think one of the only other films that I had of that, do you remember the film Maximum Overdrive? From the Stephen King book with Emilio Estevez and the I can't remember the girl's name. The girl who plays Lisa Simpson's voice, she was in it as well. And it's about trucks and like a comet passing over and all the machines taking over the world. Vending machines firing out cans. Great film. It's a popcorn movie. But it was good. Am I setting everyone's echoes off? Did you mention the lunar lander? Just the Apollo rocket. All of these, just so you know, are Hachette. This isn't another company. This was Hachette's release schedule. This wasn't D'Agostini or Eagle Moss or anything like that. But it does mean that those models are probably out there somewhere for a distributor to pick them up. So, but there you go, Ed. I mean, the lunar lander that I did, that was D'Agostini. That was a D'Agostini trial. And I think that went to 6 issues in the trial. But again, that must be about 4 years ago as well. We want a 1/8 scale of the Saints Volvo. Old Simon Templar Saint. Oh my God. That's a blast from the past. You still haven't got issue 32. Well, I got my John's Model Maker. I got issue 33 before I got issue 32. And if I didn't see last night's live stream, the Iron Man stream, bearing in mind, I put the partition in the wrong way round on my one. I put it so the speakers are facing the driver's side. Well, apparently they're meant to face the cargo bay. And it does affect the door, but I've fixed mine, so the door shuts now. So if you do cock it up, then don't bother taking it apart again. I really did want to take it apart because all the electrics work. I know if I take it apart, they're not going to work anymore. So I'm happy as it is at the moment. You don't notice it. You're going to ask if I got a tan. No, I just got the lighting right. Because, like, I mean, look, I'll show you this. This is what it was set to in tomorrow's video. For some strange reason, the gain was around about there. And I don't know why. I haven't got a clue. So, I mean, I think that's probably about right. But you see, I can manually control everything now. It's power. You're not that techno savvy. Jim, did you know, right, there was an offer on in Amazon. I don't know if they do it now. And they're Ring doorbells. Who's got a Ring doorbell? There must be people out there who's got one of these Ring. I think they were like £119 when they came out. Well, Amazon were doing a deal where you could get a Ring doorbell and an Echo Dot for £49. That was about 3 weeks ago. I don't think it's on anymore because, like, the Echo Dots and they're only like £40. What a deal. So you could have just got one from them. And sometimes you do get deals, Jim, with the Amazon Music. If you go on Amazon Music, sometimes there's a deal to get the Echo Dot as well for something like £1 if you subscribe for like 3 months. You should keep your eye on it. I'll be lost without my Echo Dot. In fact, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 in the house. 6, and all my security cameras in the house run off Alexas as well. Sorry, Echo Dots. You can buy a 1/2 scale Batman for around 2,000 made by Sideshow. I'd like to build one though, Ian. That's a lot of money, isn't it? But this goes to show though around about the price for a finished model of that sort of size. I think there needs to be a discussion about price of part works, because I think personally they're bang on it. I think when you see the finished model, you show someone like we mentioned this before, museum quality pieces, how much would you pay for that? Let them open it, let them weigh it, let them see the size of it, and I guarantee you show them a dinky toy which is like £499 like I saw in Duxford, and you see one of them, they're going to be well over the £1,000 mark. The fact of the matter is that obviously because it's split into a certain amount of issues that you're paying £10 an issue, it can seem a lot when you don't really get much, if you know what I mean. So that's my 2 pence. Plus you're never going to have the enjoyment of building it, which is what I love. I have memories of what I was doing when I was building the Millennium Falcon. I have memories of doing what I was doing when I was building the ET. That ET spaceship was built in March last year, believe it or not. So that's not even a year old. And then obviously the Orca, I was obviously the trip to London and stuff. So much going on. Wee bit of bronzer. I've got no bronzer on. Look, the other thing that affects light is I've got this controller here. So I'm only at 20% light at the moment. So I can actually turn the light up to like, wow. Look at my eyes. Wow. Again, if I have this too bright, I'm really washed out. So I try it so I've got some sort of shadow on my face. So at the moment, that's probably about, I'll leave it there, that's 28%. And then I can change the warmth. So at the moment, I'm at 4,600 kilohertz. This light's in my Amazon store, by the way. Oops. Let's change that back to 39. So then I can have nice and warm. Now there's an instant suntan. Wow. Or really cold, like I'm in the North Pole. That's 8,000 we're on there. So if I change that back to, let's say, 4,800, I normally keep that on. And then I turn that down because that's way too bright. To about there. I don't want it too dark because we can do a night stream. I'll keep it about, I'll keep it there, 23. That'll do. But yeah, handy little dice. This is a Dasny light. And the good thing about these lights is it's portable. So I don't have to have it plugged in. It's got a battery in it and I can take this out with me. And I could stream while I'm outside. Fun old thing, that is. I did have my BenQ light in here, if you remember, over there. Guess who nicked that? Mrs. Welderwayne. You did build the Dragon 72 scale. Wow. It's on my to-do list. It's on my bucket list, Lou. So before I die, I would like to have built a Saturn V. I obviously saw the Saturn V when I went to Kennedy Space Center. But back then, I didn't even consider building one. Street Hawk, you're obviously late to the stream today because we were all discussing that at the start of the stream. Oh, I'm very pink though. Why am I pink? I don't know why I'm pink. It might be this light actually. This light gives me a instant tan. Do you go in the studio and tell Alexa it's showtime? No, we have got it programmed. And it's like if you tell your Echo Dot like dinner time, it will ring a dinner bell. It does stupid things like that. Looking forward to Pack 4 the Route Master. If you want to ride on a real one, there's several running days planned in Wickham in May, Bournemouth. David, you know what? We've got lots of relatives in Canvey Island, and they've got a transport museum in Canvey Island. And the Route Master this was modelled on is normally in the Canvey sort of museum showcase when they do like an open day. They bring it down. But I know this because I got in touch with them. Apparently, it's actually broken down at the moment, or it might be fixed now. But it was in Colchester being repaired. That's the actual Route Master that we're building. So it was nice having that information. Although saying that information is probably about 3 months out of date. Thinking, where's the time gone? Oh my god. Jeffrey, you got the 140 Scout. Wait, 148th Scout Airwolf model kit. Really? Ooh. I think just the name Airwolf will get people buying that. Forget the fact that it's a kit model. When to get back to the UK, mate, I come and visit Cape Parina time before a live stream. Then I can sit back and we can all enjoy the car crash. I take it Cape Parina is something very much alcoholic. I do make a good cup of tea, don't I, Ed? And I've got a coffee machine. So, you know, I've got one of those, what's it called? Gusto something. Gusto Dulce? I don't know. I'm pronouncing that completely. I'm butchering it. Gotta have me cappuccino in the morning or I do not function, trust me. 1 beer a night's a good pace. Well, I have 1 beer a night when I'm on live stream, David. And I only do 3 live streams, sometimes 2. So it's like 2 beers a week if I'm lucky. And they're not even a pint. They're not even, I mean, look, 250 mils. It's less than a can of Coke in there. You'd like a chitty chitty bang bang with the opening wings, obviously. Definitely. The RAF was formed in 1918. All of my family, Cobb family, are RAF. They're all military. My dad was in the RAF. He was based in Cosford when he first started. My brother was in the RAF. He started in Colchester and then went to Hereford. Where did you go after that, Michael? Were you in the stream? You've been to Bryce Norton, Marham. You've been all over the place. Hello, Dr. Inferno. How's it going? You need a Speed Racers Mark V with all the gadgets. Gadgets are good. Need gadgets. I can't wait to build that pumping station. I'm telling you. Gadgets. You'd like that F14 car. So I take it, because I didn't see any comments, that never came out. I think that looks brilliant, the old Tomcat. Look at that. Why could that never be brought out? Especially with the release of Top Gun coming soon. Top Gun Maverick, we still haven't got a release date for that, have we? Or is that coming out soon? I don't know. You didn't even know Partwork Model existed until I saw a Facebook ad for the Ecto 1, which led me to this channel, and it had led you down a complete rabbit hole. I knew about them, Greg, because I said the first Partwork I ever built was the orrery, the Eaglemoss orrery, can't say it, with the planets, which I managed to, I think I got to something like issue 70, but I moved house and bent all of the planet sort of like supports, and yeah, I never finished it. So the first model that I actually did through to completion was the Millennium Falcon. What the hell is the Jaws thing doing up there? Stand by. I can sit there. Sitting on top of the Millennium Falcon. I don't know why I put it up there. It must be Yoda. A little baby Grogu here playing around with my thing. C-3PO's doing something weird. He's not even looking at the camera anymore. I think this place is like Toy Story at night. I'm telling you, I think everything just starts working. Because I come back in the morning, all this is changed. These are in different places. Unless Mrs. Welder Wayne's having a bit of fun with me. I don't know. I'm going to be having a giveaway. Just so you know, I'm not starting this stream. And unfortunately, once again, it's going to be just for UK only. Because posting things is going to be a nightmare. But I'm not going to keep my... I can't find my words tonight. I'm not going to complete my shuttles. I won't be keeping them. Now, I haven't got the boxes for them, so I'll make sure they're wrapped. But I will have a giveaway, and I'll let you know about that nearer the time. I'm not getting the other 2 either. So I've got 4 there to give away with all the clips and holographics and all of that. Mainly on account I've got nowhere to put them. So watch this. It's going to be on social media that I advertise that. So watch the space on social media. If you haven't subscribed to me on social media, my links are probably in the every video description. You should be able to find my Twitter link, my Facebook link, all of those. God, I look at those TK421. I look back at those Millennium Falcon videos and think, A, how much I've aged. Although I didn't age as much in the Millennium Falcon as I did with the DeLorean. But the Millennium Falcon, remember, I got ill. So I got really ill around, when was it? April 2014. So you'll see that if there's any videos around about that time, which there should be, I lost like 5 stone in 3 months. It's not good. But all's well that ends well. We got better. So that's all good. Is the boat from Jaws? Yes, Bane. That's the orca from Jaws. Look, I'll put that in the way now. Look, this is just getting in the way. This is just a 3D print, by the way, that I made. I don't know why. Felt the need to build a Jaws barrel. So I know why I did it. It's because we did that Jaws diorama and I was going to use this because I broke the glass. I was going to have water coming into here at the top and then coming out there at the bottom and making a water feature out of the whole Jaws diorama. But when the glass completely shattered, that was out of the question. So my Jaws diorama is now doing exactly what Phil Spruverse is doing. It's in the garden as a feature. Hello, Satan's Models. How's it going? The Dambusters film is 1955. All these interesting facts. And they were using the Ibrook Reservoir as a run for some of the practices as well. I know they use lots of reservoirs, but in particular, Ibrook near me, because it's about 2 miles down the road. Hello, David. How's it going? A 124 scale de Havilland DH-98 Mosquito fighter bomber, wouldn't wonder. Would be fantastic. The Cygnus from Black Hole. God, you know what? That would be an awesome theme. But it's big. It's got to be big. You can't have a small one. And because of the film, I don't see how much detail you can have on it, because it's normally in the film it was silhouette. A lot of it was silhouette, except when that meteor was crashing down the big main run of the ship, that you can actually see some of the paintwork and the paint scheme from it. But it would look lovely. Where I'd stick it, I don't know. Mod me, please. I've already got enough mods in here. The wife's a mod. That's all you need. She keeps an eye on everything, including me. I wouldn't be surprised if I get banned. I reckon there's a licensing thing about Johnny 5. I don't know why, but I can't understand why people haven't bought that out. And it would be good if the Johnny 5 community, and as I said, there is one on Facebook where they're building full-size ones, if they could get in touch with me regarding that. Because I'd like to know about that, why that hasn't been released, and why there hasn't been a Johnny 5, the little ones you saw in the movie. I mean, there might have been back in the 80s. I don't know. I would have thought that would have been included in Short Circuit 2 as a Drive 4 merchandise for that film. You know, that's the selling point. But who knows? Resin costs a ton. It costs even more now, Mike. I got this resin here from Germany, and I think for 10 kilograms, no, more than that, 20 kilograms, 25 kilograms, something like 20 to 25 kilograms cost me about £350. Then on top of that, I had to pay £50 customs. So the Arkansas Chugabug, or the meme machine from any of the Wacky Racers. The Creepy Coop. Mrs. Rhoda Wayne's probably looking at the computer at the moment going, help! Oh, you're hoping the 812. I'd love to see it happen. I really do think this last year, the end of last year and this year is the start of us seeing some more of these 1-2 figures coming out. I think that's definitely the way to go. Outside of 248, Lego has an excellent Lula Lander. Roy, have you seen my trial? There is a trial video somewhere on my channel of the Lunar Lander we did from D'Agostini, which looks excellent, but it never got released. We did about 6 issues for it. You like the cars I'm building? Thank you, Cobb. I am conscious. I'm very conscious on this channel that there's a lot of car builds, and I do try and break it up. That's why, I mean, I'm glad we've got a motorbike to build and the SR71 to build. The fire truck, still a vehicle, but we've got the fire truck to build. I have got the Titanic on the way, as well as this Star Trek that I've just got, but I won't be doing the build that must not be named on the channel. I will be doing the Redux, hopefully. We'll see what happens with that. It's getting a bit political, that is. Too cold to get tan. Well, Roadrunner, people go skiing and they come back with tans, so explain that. I'd love to go skiing, but Mrs. Rhoda Wayne says no. I'm going to hurt myself. Hello, Bruce. How's it going? How are you feeling now? How's everything? Have you recovered? I've got some Iron Mans to send to you, by the way. You could pay £6 just for a magazine without a partwork. I think the price is bang on. That's a good point, Will's Workshop. I think that's something that Marvel PHX said as well. Then remember, some of the magazines that you get with these are worth, like, you go and buy a magazine from a news agent, you're looking for £5 now. So, yeah, definitely. Is that where we're up to in chat? We're still talking about that. Am I so behind on chat? I am behind. Look, 2042 is what's on my screen here, but I'm still reading messages from God knows how long ago. Sorry. Take care, Lou. See you later, mate. You're probably already gone, but you know, if you're watching this on catch up. What's the t-shirt? It's Pirates versus Ninjas. This was from a Loot Crate. I used to do Loot Crate. Pirates versus Ninjas. Hello, Tina. How's it going? The Firefox jet. I just still think they're a play on wheels for the SR71 or its predecessor. Someone told me, was it the Valkyrie or something? I can't remember the name of it. What happened to the DC3? I'm still doing it, Iron. It's over here, and I have been doing it on. Oh, well, I was meant to be doing it on the Patreon stream, but then I got involved in all of this robotic stuff from China, and went down the rabbit hole. I will get back onto it. As a matter of fact, the next section we've got to do is starting to build some more frame for the next one down. But I've still got a lot to do in box. What was we on? Howard, are you in here tonight? I think we've still got to do the aluminium around the side. I need to catch up with that. The thing is, Ed, it used to annoy me, but then I realised that some of these people have probably never seen a finished part work. Because the only time you're ever going to see one is if you've seen one at a convention, or you've watched my channel. If you haven't done that, all you're seeing is a picture in a magazine. And you can't get that sort of like impact from a picture. I don't think so anyway. You 3D printed the Saturn. How big is yours, Chris? I know you've told me before, I'm sure you have. How big is yours? That's a personal question. Check out the site for Jazz Ink Diorama, the showing of a 1/6 scale of the 1966 Batmobile. Oh, I will do. Let me I'm just copying your message there. There we go. I'll put it on my notepad there. um, you wasn't a fan of the push pieces. I didn't like that in the X-Wing, I have to say. That was something that let the X-Wing down. Dulce Gusto, thank you, Pete. That's what I use, Dulce Gusto. And I only ever drink cappuccino from that. I don't use it for anything else. It's been so long since my last Ecto 1 parts delivery that I've gotten back into my fish tanks. Part work fish tank. Can you imagine that? You know what? On TikTok at the moment, Craig, they're getting these massive biscuit glasses, these great big things to hold biscuits. It's got sort of like a seal, and turning them into aquariums. I've been captivated by them. Like a massive lump of coral in it. They're saltwater aquariums. They're not like marine aquariums. But wow. I used to have an aquarium, but they did start to take a lot of time and a lot of things to take care of. And by the time I'd get to it, either all the fish were dead or it was completely green. It was like a scene from Finding Nemo in the dentist room. Oh, there we go. Look, Castle Point Museum on Canvey Island was originally the Eastern National Bus Garage in Ireland. I've been to one of their open days when the heavens opened and the music literally flooded. David, Mrs. Rhoda Wayne's family lives about, I don't know, 600 yards from it. That's why I know it very well. It's all good. F-14 was released in Germany in 2016, had a lot of problems, very difficult to build. Was that a full build then, Stefan? Because I'll be honest with you, until I went back through some of my photos, I didn't even realise it had a release. Only as a trial, obviously, because the picture's on there. Did you see my... I did, and I saw your email as well, George. I still haven't got over to your site yet. I did have a quick look at it before I went to bed last night, and you were reviewing a projector. But I want to have a good look. So, yeah, I did see it. But, yeah, I did subscribe to your channel. You're absolutely right. No problems. Did I hear you already had the box 9 of the Porsche? Yes, I do. It's down there. I haven't opened it yet. Shall we have a quick look? Let's have a quick look. Oh no, I haven't got box 9. Wait a minute. What box are we on? No, I've got box 8. I've only got box 8. I thought I had box 9. I'm confused now. What box was the frame? That was box 7, wasn't it? Stand by. Because this is box 8 then. This is what you've got. Oh. Unless they sent me the same thing twice. No, this is definitely the next box. So no, I haven't got box 9. I've only got box 8. Which is... Stand by. Stand by. Let me just have a look. Get this out. This is 29 for... Yeah, it's box 8. I've only got box 8 here at the moment. So I still to do this. Is there much to do in it? Oh, we're doing brake discs. Suspension. Okay. Fiddly stuff then. I haven't got box 9, no. I thought I did. Silly me. Evening, Jamesy boy. How's it going? Take care, Jim. It's almost 6 p.m. pump time. How are you going to be like on... you're going to be on cold turkey when you get back, Jim. I'm glad you're following the R2D videos. When it comes to the wiring, I am going to slow down. A lot of people have asked because they get confused with the wiring and they're having problems. I want to do a bit of a problem solver if people are having problems. Say if a wire's not connected, what does R2D2 do, sort of thing. Hopefully that will help out. You're still building the Hachette wooden Titanic from 2001, Tony. Oh my God. Tony James. Wow, I used to work with someone called Tony James. As a matter of fact, I think his name was Anthony. Your first name's not Anthony, is it? That would be uncanny. I can see your picture on the screen though. You're not the person that... What's my thoughts on the Countach build? I think it's good, but I am going to be building a Lamborghini soon. So I won't be doing that one. Make the Jaws barrel a beer cuzzy. What's a cuzzy? Is it my English? What's a cuzzy? A beer cuzzy. Oh, it's like a thing that you put your beer in. Oh, right, okay. Cuzzy. That's a great word. Us English people, you see, we come up with all our words like wrong'uns and stuff. And you're not American, are you, Matt? I bet you're English as well, and I haven't got a clue what cuzzy is. I've already done the grills. Most of the mods that I do are normally sent to me. So I've done the Mike Lane grills mod. I've seen some great mods out there. I believe that Mr. Fusion Designs is doing a mod to make the fans go round, the cooling fans. That looks really good. I've seen some people doing the screen. I've seen some people making the voice synthesizer light up and as in blink properly. There's some amazing work out there in the part work build community. You missed out on the first shuttle pack. Have the second one thanks to Chloe. Ah. Excellent. Yeah, I will be getting rid of all 4 of mine, so... have a look on the RPF. There's a really nice printed Cygnus with a ton of detail. Oh, I'm going to... Stand by. Every time I see something in chat, I've got like a sticky notes on here, and I just copy and paste it. So this is what I look at after the stream. A model of the Independence Day spaceship. I was thinking about that, but it'd have to be ginormous, David. Once upon a time, when I moved into a 2-bedroom house and I lived in Basildon, I used to work for Blockbusters. In Blockbusters, we got the FSDUs, the freestanding display units. And I had 2. I had the Star Trek First Contact one, and I had the Independence Day cinema one. So you can imagine how much room that took up in my house, my little tiny house. But I had something that, look, it must have been about 8 foot across. I used to love my old standees. The Anastasia from Daredevil, Dan Dare in the Eagle comic. I only ever saw the second reiteration of Eagle comics, Andrew, back in the 80s when they had Doomlord as photo. It wasn't like drawn, it was photo like pictures, live action. But my brother used to collect the Eagle magazine. But I only used to read it for Doomlord. I thought that was brilliant. When the Paplamino was doing a pass over the Cygnus, they shone a spotlight on it. It appeared white. It's probably going to be an imperial whitish sort of colour. But, I mean, I've got a really good print of the black hole. A German print, actually. So I just dubbed it with the English over the top because the German print was brilliant. But it's full HD. It's crystal clear. But I haven't watched it in ages saying that. Take care, Cobb family. See you later. Any news on the Spitfire? Nothing, Tony, but I am going to wait till I get to issue 100 before I continue that. And I think I'm going to do the last 9 stages in one go because the stages I've got here, there isn't really much to do. There is some fiddly bits, but not a great deal. Have you thought about buying a helicopter? No, Matt. I'd like to, but I mean, I was mentioning it to Troy yesterday that I just worry that I could get a radio controlled model and crash it after the first time, and then that's it. Yeah, you go skiing every day, spending the kids' inheritance. Is YouTube acting weird? I haven't dropped any frames here. I'm good tonight. It's not me tonight. Finally back on to see a Thursday live. We're coming to an end now, Chris Hawk. We've got about 7 minutes left. We are good. I am in a what's the word? I think March is going to be the month for me that I'm going to try and have a recruitment drive on the channel, as in subscribers, because it's really slowed down and I don't know why. But we have mixed it. Do you remember I said that like 56% of my people that watch the channel aren't subscribed? Well, that went down just over Christmas to 32%, which was brilliant. But we're creeping back up to the 50% mark. So gonna have to try and get another way to get people to click that subscribe button. You never know. When you do it here, as you see, you get a pop-up on the screen. Perhaps I should try and have that all the time. And then your name comes up here. Look, recent subscriber, the Leroy79. Welcome to the channel, the Leroy. But that only shows YouTube. I am going to try and get Twitch on there as well. Because I do have quite a few followers on Twitch as well, which is unbelievable. That's why I said when I read the comments, I'm reading comments from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So it does take me a little bit of time to go through them all because it's not just the ones that are on YouTube. We're on box 8 with a Porsche. So box 9 hasn't gone out then, Pete, no? So that's what I've got to catch up with. That's what I've got to do. Right. I'm going to make sure I do that next week. That and the Peugeot. Oh, Troy, you're in here. We've been chatting about you, Troy. Talking about remote control stuff. Stand by on a t-shirt would be great. Craig, I've got it on my Knight Rider t-shirt. I don't know if anyone noticed that. On my Knight Rider t-shirt, you've got all the buttons and the bottom button says standby. Look, you're going to rush off to my store now to say, really? Look, there's my store. Go and check it out. It does. It says standby in the store. In the Knight Rider one. I mean, I'm streaming at 50 frames per second. Not 60, 50, because that's what my camcorders run on. But 1080p, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem. How difficult was to get the cap of the wheel off? I know you broke it. I don't think you can do it without breaking it personally, Jim, but I think they do provide another one. But if you want to get all your wheels off and do something crazy and you don't want to go for Eaglemoss to try and get some more and pay for it, Mike Lane does metal magnetic ones. So I've got some of them here as well. So if I was going to break it, it didn't bother me anyway. But my metal ones I am sending to someone. I've got it in my list. I am giving them to someone. They've already been claimed, I'm afraid. In Scotland. Alan. It's Alan Ramsey. There we go. See, I knew my mind would get there eventually. Alan, if you're watching this, can you send me your address again and I will send them off to you? God, my mind catches up. It's great. Any updates for the Hachette Terminator? Model mods don't answer emails. Like what, Stephen? You've got a Partwork Upgrades has got a power mod. I don't think anyone's doing the finger mod anymore. And because that Partwork's finished, you tend to find that it drops off. I don't know. Adrian, Wolverhampton. You in Wolverhampton's where most of my family from, Wolverhampton. You stalled on your P51 build. I need a prop spinner. All out of stock for the ones that will work. Holmfirth, England. Everyone, God, we've got a lot of Brits in here tonight. Normally around about this time, we get a crossover between America and here. Flying radio control crashes are inevitable. They need to make some sort of like, I don't know. You know, when it goes down and it knows it's going to get impact, a big, massive Zorbin ball comes out of it or something. Oh, bless. Someone Partworks Model 4 and built the Tomcat. So it actually got built then, Steve. That's crazy. Look, just show you one more time. Look at that. What a lovely, lovely... Oh, I'd love to do that. I don't know. I don't know. Are you a bot, Jordan? Are you a bot or is that real? Because I like the name. Jordan the Jellyfish Cash. That's a great name. Will's Workshop. Should I tell you the secret to get... Look, we'll end the stream, but I'll tell you the secret to get subs on YouTube. And the secret is, if you're going to be building, make sure you keep a schedule. You'll always notice, apart from today, that I will always do a video since March last year, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If I do one at the weekend, it's normally a bonus. I always get it out roughly the same time, around about midday in the UK to 1 o'clock. And I stick to that schedule so people know when that's coming out. And then once I've got that video out on YouTube and I've filled it full of hashtags in the description, then I find sites which may be interested on that in Facebook. And then I send the link to that YouTube video onto all the Facebook pages groups. Now it lets you send about 25 to 30, but you've got to find them manually. And then you're exposing your channel to people that might get interested in it. And then they come over. Now, if they watch it on Facebook, that still counts as a view on YouTube. So by all means, let it just have a Facebook link so they can watch it in Facebook. And eventually you'll bring people to your channel. That's my advice. That's how I did it. So it's all cool. I'm sorry I've missed a lot of chat tonight again. With the gyros nowadays for radio control planes, you can avoid pilot error pretty easy. It's the mechanical failures that kill planes. Well, Troy, you know what? My dad bought a drone. And how easy are drones to fly? Yeah. I don't know what he did. Oh, that was a day I need to forget. But listen, thank you for joining me to tonight's stream. Tomorrow we have got the Route Master out, so that's going to be on the channel really early in the morning because I've already done the video. And there may be a video out this weekend. So I'm not quite sure, just as a catch up, because I haven't got the kiddies this weekend, so I might make a video. But yes, once again, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to be doing my Naked Gun ending, so take care of yourselves and see you later.